Hi, I'm Tammy from tammyguest.com, the entrepreneur's naturopath. Welcome to the next installment of the 3 biggest reasons that you're feeling fatter, foggier, and more fatigued the longer you're in business. Today's episode is all about your adrenal glands. Now, you might have heard about these. They are little glands, kind of triangular shaped, and they sit on top of your kidneys. Every time your body perceives a stress, they release adrenaline to help you get through it. Now, this stress originally was something that saved our lives. We'd see a saber-toothed tiger and boom, we'd get adrenaline, fight or flight response, and we would be saved. Now, if we have a physical stress like too much coffee, not enough sleep, and maybe a change in temperature, we still release adrenaline. If it's a mental stress like sitting in front of the computer for a long period of time, or focusing on, let's say, your taxes, then you're going to release adrenaline to help you get through. Or a psychological stress, like a lot of us feel when we get our first hater, when we get our first exuberant comments and testimonials. They're all going to be stresses that your body is going to release adrenaline to help you get through. Now, this response was originally something that was set out to have once a year, once every 6 months, and now we're having this response about 400 to 600 times a day. So that's a significant increase, and our biology hasn't quite caught up. Now, the thing is, adrenal glands and adrenaline, if they've been pushing and pushing and pushing like that, to calm that whole system down so that your heart doesn't explode, cortisol comes in, and cortisol brings down your blood pressure, and sometimes it can make you feel a little bit woozy when you stand up too quick. Cortisol also comes in and protects you and starts to get you into storage mode. So it becomes a little bit more difficult to budge that little extra little round piece of tubbiness that appears just below your belly button or just above that wasn't there when you first started business. And cortisol also gives us a little bit of a fatigue pattern where the only real means to getting it over and done with is to go for the next coffee or the next sweet treat. So the thing is, we can do 3 things about this. One is to check in on your adrenals, just the same as you check in on your business, and you can measure things in your business. You can measure your function of your adrenal glands. The classic one is a cortisol blood test. It happens first thing in the morning. But as a functional medicine practitioner, I prefer to have the salivary cortisol checked at 4 different intervals during the day. And you can see a classic pattern that happens with entrepreneurs, where you're really fatigued in the morning and really perky and creative in the evening. So long term, this isn't going to help, and it's again going to make you foggier, fatter, and more fatigued. Number 2, second thing, after you've measured your cortisol, is to look after the food that you're taking in. There's different foods that can nourish your adrenal glands and others that can freak them out. The 2 that can freak them out the most is caffeine and sugar. Now, you think they're making you more alert and awake, but in actual fact, it's like punching a whole bunch of adrenaline straight into your adrenal glands. So halving your sugar and caffeine intake would be my next best thing, and increasing the amount of plants that you're having. So plants contain folate, zinc, and vitamin C, and these are essential for adrenal function. The third thing is bringing about joy and rest and recuperation when you need to. None of this hustle, 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 push on through business. That long term is making you fatter, foggier, and more fatigued. When you're tired, lay flat. 20 minutes is all it takes. When you're fatigued in the evening and you're wanting to push on through to get to that creative zone, 9:30 at night is the best time to be going to bed for your adrenal glands to really function healthily. And feeling joy, bringing more joy into your life is going to balance out that adrenaline so that you've got all those great, lovely endorphins running around rather than the fight or flight ones. Now, if you've forgotten what brings you joy other than your business, which I hear all the time, but Tammy, I really love working on my business. It really does bring me joy. There are other things outside that business. There are other things that you were connected with prior to having the business, prior to having the kids, prior to being married. There's a whole bunch of things in there that you've probably forgotten about. So for me, it's traveling, as you can see in the background. It's spending time out in nature. It's really taking a moment to be creative on a different level. For some people it's music, for others it's sport. Whatever it happens to be for you, take a moment, push through and really connect with what that is for you and schedule it into your life. I hope you found this really beneficial, and if you have, please share it or leave a comment below. And if you haven't already, click on tammyguest.com and sign up for our free ebook about how to get food and vitality, especially for entrepreneurs. I'll see you in the next video.